Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. And I got something nice today. You might call me an evangelist after this, but I got to teach a concept that was far forgotten, I think. So I'm bringing something back. I've been in the archives. I got something nice for you. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. Again, I'm giving life lessons. You tuning and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know what the hell? Excuse me. My my mission, and I'm on it, is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So let's get there together. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Mayat, be true. Boy, I'm sitting here having flashbacks because I learned this stuff 30 years ago. And it was going on about 50 years ago. So it's some relevance to this because if you listen, you'll see the same stuff still being portrayed to this day. Let's talk about this lesson. Right thinkers, let's talk about the things that we do for the entertainment industry is just wrong, or the mental effects from wanting to be accepted by them. My favorite, 50 years and we still mental slaves to them. I'm annoyed, so it might be a little rant here, but this is information that we might need to go back over and check it out. No person in the entertainment industry, we know who this is, has ever undergone a makeover as dramatic as, yes, truly, Michael Jackson. Imagine if he stayed a little black kid. Moving on. Analyzing his career, and everybody have, one can see that the most radical changes took place when, after the release of that Thriller album. It's something about fame, it's something about identity. When they do something, they straight pay their, all bets is off. Now they into their own thing and they got power, control over anything they want to do. Watch this. Very talented young man. But in the year 1983, this album became the largest selling record in history. Right there, right there, right there. Ding, 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 ding. That opened the door to the pathway. And if he had been instructed, taught, and mentored in the right way, wow, he could influence a whole lot of good things in people. But that's not the issue. And the music industry, and he made a name for himself. Michael Jackson became a household name. He wasn't satisfied. Okay, now the tremendous success in the Thriller album sold over more than $42 million. To 46, sold over 42 millions and have been sold up to this date. Sent what? Shockwaves. Whenever that happens, everything will start to change. Why? Because everybody got their hands in his pocket. Everybody got an investment in it. Everybody want peace. Everybody want to be involved. And a lot of times that happens in a negative manner. And what's this? So now throughout the whole business industry, show business has been described by some executive, and this is true, way back then, 5% show, 95% business. In business in the record industry, and meaning the old hose job, you gonna get 5% of good and you get 95% bad. We all been knowing that. It's been going on since forever. Entertainers, like the athletic counterparts in the sports arena, or historical counterparts on the plantation. We have been put against each other ever since we got here. We are considered commodities to the market in a manner similar to what? Apple computer, Toyota cars, or Nike sneakers. They love Mike Jordan for them sneakers, right? This was the music industry. Mike Jackson had music. Mike Jordan got the sneakers, cars, that's up for grabs. But the challenge faced by those who were responsible for what? Marketing Michael Jackson after the enormous success of the Thriller album was formidable. Yeah, it's on. Okay, we all know that. How is the wonder the market in the world's most popular entertainer? When the image, here we go, that's when it started to change. The image of Afro-American is the most consistently negatively portrayed image. I'm a victim of circumstance. I grew up in the 60s. I thought drug dealing and pimping and making fast money was the way to go. But that's what I was so. That's the environment that I was in. I was product of the environment. I'll be the first to tell you that. I'm not the only one. But I let it be known. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. Moving on. That's no excuse. Okay. But we are the most consistently negative portrayed image in the world. That was back then, 50 years ago. What's the new black? What's that? Good. Bumpy New York, the King of Harlem. You had Empire. You had Chuck, my man. All these black exploitated movies glamorizing drug dealing, negative aspects of black people, showing us in a negative light, and we seem to not have a problem with that. And at the end, you'll see other races don't play that. Watch this. A simple solution for a complex problem was found almost immediately. How? They figured all we can now see is how much easier it was to what? Change the image of one African American than to try to change the image of all of them. And by changing one, you pretty much threw everything out of whack. And they did that purposely. That was, again, 50 years ago. Thus, the new Michael Jackson. Why we need a new? If the old Michael Jackson sold 40-something albums, why we need a new Michael Jackson? So that white people can appeal to them. He look more appealing to them. Watch this. This is I'm giving you history, but this is the real deal. It's happening to this day. Watch this. Still going on. Now, the new Michael Jackson was remade in a manner similar. You remember Frankenstein? Dr. Frankenstein created this image. That's what they're saying. Okay, that's what they meant at that time. They created the image of Frankenstein. Hold on. Excuse me. And every time you create a Frankenstein, it never works out well. Okay, so they did that, but except that his body parts was all artificial Frankenstein. Jackson was given him a new nose, a new mouth, a new chin, hair, eyes, and what? I ain't know all that, but this is information. In one of his tunes, Michael declares that the world that he doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white, really. And he certainly speaks from what experience. Why? Because he has been both. If it don't matter, why change? I'm just saying. I'm always the voice of reason. I'm always that guy gonna look at the other side. If it come up heads, okay, I'm gonna flip over and see tails just to be sure. I'm gonna peek behind the screen, so to speak. No, just to be sure. That's all I'm that dude. In the music video industry was spawned by what? The success of Michael Jackson videos that emerged from the Thriller album. Since that time, watch this, music videos have become an important component of what? Both cable and commercial television. They started programming you with the record industry. In fact, oftentimes it is the images from the video that often sell the record. We love the video with the record. And they said, I found out that Wesley Snipes did the part in Bad. When he said the first time they wanted Prince to do the part. And I got respect this. He said, the first it starts out with, your bud is mine. No Diddy for Prince. Why? He said, I don't know who's saying it. I'm not saying it, and I don't want nobody saying it to me. So we can't do that. Wesley Snipes did it. Moving on. The rest is history. But yeah, some of us still had pride and respect and dignity for what they wouldn't want to do. Like wearing a dress. I ain't want a dress. Y'all all wear a dress. So why? That's part of the initiation. Again, exposing them for what they do. All right. It ain't how you feel, what you think. If you want part of this club, you can do what we say. You want a dress. All right. But right now, they still doing the same thing they did back then to this very day. Where we at? If it didn't matter, okay, it's the music industry. Now, again, watch this. Now, in fact, often the images in the videos that often sell the record, they usually have what? Little or nothing to do with the lyrics. They visually programming you. Okay, that's the whole point. Sex and violence are used as tools to promote record sales. That was 50 years ago. To this day, right now, what sells? Sex and violence. Okay, females were portrayed as what? Sex objects. And males are looking what? To get paid. Rob, steal, or kill. Get that cheddar, get that bag, now they call it. Don't make a difference. The name is things that you're going is still the same thing. Okay? A game by any other name is still a game. Youth and the adults who spend hours weekly viewing what? These images, now they begin to what? Internalize them as acceptable modes of behavior. You're starting to program them to be what they see. Be like Mike. Not be yourself. Not be know yourself. No, be like somebody else. They put your attention on something outside of yourself. They never want you to focus on you. My goal is to get you back to yourself. Try to get calm. And many of the problems we see in African American communities to this day, watch this, throughout the country, can be traced to what? Negative self-images installed in us where? From birth. And it perpetuated by the media to which we expose ourselves. We grew up, we had gangsters, but the gangsters was white guys. James Cagney, my man, all them guys, they was gangsters. Okay, that's what we saw about America. And they portrayed, but they showed also they had the wholesome guy, the family guy, My Three Sons, Andy Mayberry. So they had good images of them. When the blacks come on the scene, either we shining somebody's shoes, cooking somebody's food up, carrying somebody's bag. And okay, but now that we get a chance to show, watch this is where we're going now. Television is the most powerful form of what? Mass communication in the world, meaning programming. It stimulates what? Emotions, while simultaneously, what? Diminishing your thoughts and creativity. My grandmother called TV the idiot box. If you're not watching something, okay, I don't do TV no more because it's a whole bunch of stuff that don't concern me. Entertainment, okay, I can do that. But for teaching purposes, nothing's constructive on there. There's a bunch of, we in the information age, so we got a whole bunch of information. That don't mean it's all good. Moving on. But television programming presents a quick fix to the complex problems while what? Exploiting the fears and the manipulation and the desires of the viewers who are what? Ignorant of what's going on to them. They're participants in the situation. They don't have a clue what's going on. Okay? Sound familiar? The more one watches television, the idiot box, the educational programming excluded, because ain't much of that on it. Whole bunch of other stuff. The more what? The more you watch that idiot box, the more detached you get. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. But let's finish up on that concept. It's been proven the more one watches television, educational programming excluded, the more detached and the more detached one becomes from reality. They start getting caught up in the nonsense, and it's as addictive, watch this, as alcohol, cigarettes, sex, or crack. That's not good, okay? But we talk about changing images in TV. Watch this. A recent television survey, this is back in the 60s, watch this, disclosed that the African American household nationwide watches 48% more television than all other households. This figures this figure averaged out to what, 69 hours a week and 48 minutes per week. 69 hours and 48 minutes per week of African Americans watching television, as opposed to the national average of just 47 hours and 6 minutes. African Americans, women, children between the ages of 2 and 17 watch more television than any other segment of the American population. Read a book. African American children and teens were said to watch more television than any other group of children surveyed. The group who watches the least amount, you know who they are, right? I can tell you before I get there, Asians, is also the least group who has the highest level of academic achievements. They are the Asian American population. They serious about their education. Too many television is viewed as simple as means of what? Entertainment. Are you entertained? You watch football Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, even not Saturday. God, be more careful. But if that's your thing, you can't get enough of it. Again, no balance. But anytime a people spend more time, watch this, being entertained than working, consider lazy, low achievers, ignorance. Those people and their offspring, hello, generational curse, will what? Become a burden to society. Now you become the problem. Most of the roles played by African Americans back in my day on television were limited to situation comedies. Very few, if any, have been regularly featured in dramas or characters representing integrity and substance in a decent family values. Now it's coming up that a movie called They Call Me Mr. Tibbs with Sidney Poitier. First black man to get an Oscar, but yeah. But he's the first black man put into position to exercise his right being a black man. Police chief slapped him. He slapped him, not the chief, but one of them racist white guys who was in control of everything. Slapped my man. He slapped him back. Police chief looked at him like, oh. Everybody ain't gonna be subjected to that nonsense. And he was the barrier. He broke the barrier when it came to that. And there are not images of foreign to the African American experiences. Again, the roles we played was not respectful. And this been going on for a long time. And I got another. They sold what they call darky toothpaste. They had a guy named Al Joseph. He dressed up in blackface and white lips. Man, mimicking the black man. If we do it, we cooning and clowning. But when he do it, it was art. Moving on. And they are plentiful, watch this, but they are seldom presented in the general public to see a black man in a position of power, or ethnic groups understand the power of television, and they exercise what? A sense of culture responsibility by seeing it that their group is represented in a balanced perspective. On the whole, African Americans are so starved for images that what they would accept a negative image of themselves over none at all. So if I gotta be a butler, I'll be a butler. Small thinking. The popularity in what? Here we go. Remember Living Color? Kenan Wayne, his whole family, they all funny. And while we do the stereotypes, we do it better than they could. But when we do it, but when they do it, it's okay. Again, watch this. Living Color, what happened? Attest to that fact. What? That civil rights organizations have been fighting for years to what? To destroy the stereotypes aired weekly on the Living Color show. Those stereotypes were there way before Living Color came out. They just was using it to show us. They couldn't handle that. They took it way wrong. And watch this. In all my years of television viewing, I have never seen females referred to as bitches and hoes as often as they are on that one program. Keeping it real. Does this behavior become more palatable because it's a black folk talking about black folk? In the essence, yeah. You let Tyler Perry do all he want to do with black people. He put black people to work, give them jobs. That's why we're looking at it. Nothing other than that. If it's entertainment, let it be entertainment. It's okay when y'all do it. We got a bunch of white people on the set. Ain't nobody said nothing. We get a group of black, look at them niggas trying to get on it. See? So that's always been a problem for us as a people. I don't think we'll ever get past that. And the African American community should be outraged. And they wasn't. And writing letters to who? Fox Television for airing it. He in the business of making money. He could care less about how y'all feel. If y'all tuning in, he gonna air it. You don't watch it, you take it off. Simple. Only thing that man knows is money. You hit him in the pocket, you get his attention. But the network immediately changed. But I doubt seriously that will happen. Again, I just played it out. But we accept negative images. Why? Because that is what we have been programmed to believe we deserve. Who did that? We did it to ourselves. We had self-hatred for ourselves. We just don't like each other. We don't like light skin, dark skin. We did all that. Let me wrap this last up. I get too personal. I'm almost done. Consider the fact that the church, here we go, another problem, major problem, is the most powerful institution within the Black American community. It is the only financially viable organization we own and operate. The church has been the base from which our civil rights movement evolved, and it still ain't did its job yet. Okay, as far as equality. And if you think the church and religion is the key, where'd you get it from? Our political, them two things, church and politics, the biggest problem we have. Our political leaders honed their thinking skills there and have been come from church and the source of all our music. If this institution means so much to our community, watch this. Why would we allow a television program to make a mockery of it? Now he's talking about the program Amen. What's this? It's pastors, it's deacons, and congregation. Again, satire, stereotypes. The program that I'm referring to is Amen. Even though this program had a brief network run, it will continue to be viewed for eternity. Why? Because it made syndication over 100 shows, so it go into rerun, so it'll be around forever, pretty much. Hell, all the program, I watch Beverly Hillbillies, they ain't going nowhere. They're going to be around forever. When the black person in Beverly Hillbillies, those is white niggas. To those who feel, that's a quick lesson. This is what they did to us back in the day. See the black face? Darky toothpaste, okay? See that? That's how they saw us. And we didn't have too much of a choice. We had to go along with them, play the game, so to speak. Look at that. See how they portrayed us? Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, okay? All racist prejudice against us, and we had to pretty much suffer through it. Let me wrap this up. Now, to those who feel television is simply a form of entertainment, you're wrong. Consider this scenario. Due to the erroneous popularity of The Living Color, Keenan Ivory Wayans is given the opportunity now to create another television show. Watch this. Now, when he's doing Black on Black, it was cool. Watch this. Comedy of his own choosing. But after great consideration, Mr. Wayans decides to produce a spinoff of Amen called Shalom. You about to ruffle some feathers. And it will feature a hilarious escapades of a rabbi's daughter who disguises herself as a male in order to fill the vacancy of a new rabbi in the temple. So they Tootsie in the reverse, okay? So, and guess what happened? This program could have all the makings of an Emmy-winning smash hit. Yeah, but guess what? I doubt seriously if it happened. Why? Because it will never make it out of production, let alone air on television. Why is that? Because of the expected protest and kickback that they will get from who? The Jewish community. I'm going to end on that note right there. They not going to let you make a mockery of them. Well, my man Mel Brooks got away with it, but anybody else? No. Well, he was Jewish, so he allowed that. See? Again, they not going to allow it. But we did. Just a lesson, trying to show you we need to get better at what we will allow to suffer through. I got some more information. Next one is African-centered approaches to children's activities and what they feeding our children. This is the image they fed us. On that note, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never knew that my right thinkers have passed away. But I'll be back with more lessons, old school, and 50 years, we still have the same problem. Trying to change them.